Good morning. Welcome to the Animal 7-Eleven Animal Heaven. I got to get used to saying that. Before I get started here, can somebody tell me if you can hear my voice okay? Because in yesterday's live stream, my microphone was plugged up. I'm not using the GoPro today because that thing is a nightmare to work. You have to be some sort of rocket scientist to connect that to the app, and then the app to the computer, to the internet. I don't know. It was really wacky. So, plus the format didn't look good. So I'm going to use the same setup as I did yesterday, but I just modified something. I propped a fork underneath the phone to give a buffer space between the bottom of the holder and the microphone. So maybe a MacGyver fork saves the day. So let me know if you can hear me all right. If it's not muffled, that would be great. The lighting's not the best right here, but it will be better when I go in there. I just don't want to open the doors up for the babies until you come in. This is a live stream, so we are live at the Steinmetz Family Farm. I will be reposting this later on YouTube, and possibly on Facebook for those of you that just don't want to watch all the comments flying up and getting in your way of the cuteness overload. So before I say much more, I want to come around the phone and look at my comments and make sure that you guys can hear me. So just type in yes or no, or sounds good, muffled, whatever. I'm going to go around and look at the phone so I know. Alright, what do we got here? I hear you just fine. Did you turn off notifications? I did. I turned off notifications. We're good. Alright, I think we're good. I think people are starting rolling in. Benny, come say hi. Come on, buddy. People are going to start coming to say hi here. I cannot see my phone, so I will not be able to respond to any comments until I actually take my phone off of the stand. So what I'm going to do is let the goats out, get a little bit running in, and then I'm going to go set up the bottles. So let's do that. Let's let them out. Who's ready to let the goats out? Yeah? Hi, guys. You can hear Hope's got a very unique voice of hers. She does. Little Hope. I'm going to set this back a little bit. And I don't know where the best place to set this is to watch the goats have fun while I set up the bottles, but this seems pretty good. Good morning, guys. Thank you for joining. I got people coming in. All right, here we go. Who's ready to come on out? Okay. Come on. Go ahead. She did it. She did it. Here's Hope. Hi. They don't get excited until I get excited. Plus, they want to eat. So I'm going to go drop the bottles in there real quick. And yes, I know something's weighing on everybody's mind. Everybody wants to know, and I will be getting to that shortly. All right? So, let's see. Are they doing anything? No, they just want to come eat. So maybe we can just move the camera in here. They just want their little tails to go. Dropping them in. People commented yesterday or something that I should put the bottles vertical. I should build something, but this works fine. I don't have the energy or time right now to be building something else. Come on, here you go. Alright. I kind of guide them on there even though they're older. I'm getting older. Alright, they're set except for Hope, of course. Come on, Helen. Alright, look at them little tails go. They're set. Where is little Hope? Yeah. Sorry, upside down. There we go. Hungry little guys. Hungry little guys. Alright, I need to bottle feed Hope by hand, Hannah. I gotta bring her over.
She's sucking on my forehead and my chin.
Well, because she's hungry. Yeah. That's why. Look at these little tails go.
I didn't even hungry baby.
You're right there, Helen. Good. I'm going to get to it, guys. I know everybody's wanting to know stuff about certain goats. Or a certain goat. All right. Here, look. Helen, not Helen. Hope, are you ready? Are you ready for your food? All right, I'm going to pick her up and put her in my lap and feed her. That's my plan. That's my plan. All right. Where'd that bottle go? I just had. Oh, Helen, you're blocking the bottle. I didn't know it was there. You can let those guys out to run and play. That's fine. Okay, hi guys. Welcome to 7-Eleven Animal Heaven. Yes, you are in my living room. Welcome to my living room.
Dad, here's your coffee.
Oh, my coffee. Yes. It's got a lid on it, right?
Yeah.
Bring it right here. Today I am Mrs. Steinmetz. My wife is a kindergarten teacher, if anybody didn't know. Oh, dear little girl. I'm going to drink too. But you're not done, I know that. But I'm not going to lie. I fed her at probably 4 o'clock this morning, and I don't usually do that. I was a little ultra hyper aware, you know, kind of just didn't sleep very well last night. Stayed up late playing with my GoPro toy, which turned out to be a dud anyways. Thank goodness there's a return policy on that if I decide to return it. I think it's going to be great for capturing footage for YouTube in the horizontal format. But I don't think it's going to be good for live streams when people are probably watching on their cell phones right now, sitting in bed or drinking their coffee. A little more difficult. So GoPro is out. Stayed up too late. Thanks for those of you who helped me diagnose and figure it out last night. I was getting live feedback on both devices to figure out which one would work. That was my only goal last night. I'm sorry if I ignored your questions, guys. Oh, you hear the goats are running. As soon as Hope's done here drinking, we're gonna go capture them running. Let's go do that. Let's go catch. We can get some more, huh, honey? Just can't miss out on all this cuteness. Woo! Hey guys. Look at him go! Oh, and little Hope came out. She's gonna start bouncing around one of these days too. You hear that pitter patter? Is the audio good, everyone? Choop, 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 choop. Hannah, bend down. Let him jump on your back. Just squat, do the goat yoga position. Now bend over so they can get on your back. There you go. There, I don't know. Moved away from the dog? Let me get him. Benny. Come on. Let's go. Benny, you're not part of this. I'm sorry. You can't do goat yoga. You can't do goat yoga. There we go. We got some goat yoga started. Alright. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you guys on there. I know you're watching. Stay tuned. I will get to the nitty-gritty in a minute. Just needed to get their little exercise going here. And see if they would jump on my daughter, who has to get ready for school, of course. You know, sunflower goat is the best for goat yoga. So that's one reason I'm inserting here. But sunflower goat was mean to Hope. And unfortunately, I can't have a mean goat. What are you doing? I'm trying to get back in there. All right, start putting them back in. Here we go.
Papa's still hungry.
I know. Gotta get him in. Here we go. Here we go, guys. In we go for the show. In we go for the show. 1, 2, oh, 3,
Oh, 4.
4.
5.
Somebody's at the top of the stairs.
5. There's 2. Guys,
We got the
come on.
triplets. No, yeah, we're missing Sassy, and it looks like Helen.
Guys, come on.
Sassy and Helen.
Go. Get downstairs. Go.
Yeah, this is in my living room, just so you know, but there's an EPDM liner down there, so mainly what's on the floor is wood shavings that just have to be cleaned up. Come on. There we go. There we go. Get in. Get in. I need that one. Helen. We're getting to it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry it's getting started a little bit later than I wanted here. This is taking up more time. Okay, you're going to hand that over to me, Hannah. Whoop. All right. Here we go. And hand me that paper right there on the cage. And welcome back. Okay. Here we are. Do I have anybody watching? Yeah, 227. Okay, that's good. That's enough to get started. Yep, if you guys notice the title...
Are these questions that you're going to answer?
No, I'm not doing a questionnaire.
What are these for?
Well, I had to take some notes. I had to take notes, so...
Oh, so you're
Remind me,
asking
I have
them
to-
questions?
No, I'm not asking them questions. I had to take notes for myself.
Well, why are these like questions for yourself?
These are not questions. Did you notice I just wrote stuff? Okay. Not sure where the best area is going to be for me to read off my notes. Obviously with goats in my lap. These two always like to be in my lap. Alright, so I think we're all good. I think everybody can hear me. I think you can see me. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Dad, whatever tripod, I don't know. The goat is eating
So, looks like the goat is chewing on the back of the tripod and moving the camera. I guess I gotta scoot it away from the shelf. I forgot they have a shelf they can stand on there. Okay. Well, that was cool. I think that's out of the way now. Well, Hope's gonna... Here, honey, you want to feed her while I do my thing? You guys notice the title?
Ready for school.
All right, get ready for school. I'll feed her some more in a little bit. The title of this was Get Real. It's time to get real. So, yeah, I'm going to get real now. It was hard for me to sleep last night with a couple of reasons. As you probably all can guess, Little Cinnamon did not make it. And that was really tough on me yesterday. And I was avoiding a lot of your comments. That wasn't my purpose. My purpose genuinely was to answer. Of course, my audio is going to be muted no matter what because I have a goat in my mouth. I genuinely wanted to answer your question. I mean, I genuinely wanted to work on my connection problem. I was trying to work on that. So that kept me up until like, midnight, and then I have a lot of people asking, how's the goats? That was the last thing I wanted to think about yesterday because I couldn't deal with it, emotionally. It was tough. I did record some of the footage. I was tracking. I was trying to make a little episode on Cinnamon and hope it ended for the best. And unfortunately, it did not end for the best. So I'll quickly dabble into exactly what happened there. She was doing much better yesterday. Her temperature dropped. I was giving her her antibiotics, texting back and forth with the vet, and everything was seeming a-okay. Then lunchtime comes around here. I think I even did a video of her in here, and she was in here. She was drinking some water. She was standing up. I temped her again, and it was down, but I was giving her aspirin. I may not have posted the video yet. It might be for part of that episode, but she was seemed normal, just better. She seemed better. I wouldn't say normal, so I was seeing improvement. And so we thought we were on the right track, the vet and I. I was talking to my friend Jesse at Heritage J. Cross Heritage Farms in Washington State. He was giving me advice. He's super knowledgeable. I was on the goat emergency pages. I was trying to get, information to help out, because taking animals to an actual vet around here is not an option unless you travel very far away. And, most people do a lot of their own animal care, especially with worming and such like that. Anyways, back to the story. Sorry, I'm getting off track. She was fine. And then I went to get my GoPro stuff, and I came back. When I came back, it was time to feed, so I fed these guys just like I did now, put the bottles in there, and she still wasn't taking the bottle. I picked her up and tried to give her the bottle. She didn't want it, put her in front of the water. I dashed a little bit of apple cider vinegar in the water to kind of make her want it, and she drank. She drank a lot of it, actually. And then comes the problems with tech support. Decided I needed to hop on tech support with GoPro, not Goat Pro. I'm sorry.
Call it.
I just...
GoPro.
I had to get on the GoPro tech support. I'm sorry, that was some really rude humor. I wish there was a Goat Pro tech support that could fix my problems. So anyways, I was in my bedroom, which is 10 feet away, for 15 minutes, maybe 20. And, it's not uncommon to hear a goat say, "Meh," and I heard the goat say, "Meh," and I was like, I'm almost done with the call, I'll come out. But it wasn't a distressful call. It wasn't something that worried me to the point where I was going to find what I found. She was up, and 15 minutes later, I came out here, and she was laying down dead, not breathing. And I didn't have time to grab my phone and record or anything. I immediately jumped into CPR and tried to save her life. I was doing chest compressions, and I tried. So yeah, it's that was tough. I mean, I had to. I obviously was avoiding talking to people because, number one, I didn't want to talk about it then. I didn't know what I was going to say. I didn't want to bring up any emotions while I was trying to get some stuff done. Yeah, so, sorry, a lot of uhs, and I know that's probably rule number one not to do as a YouTube or online creator. So that's me saying So yeah, I ignored you guys. I resorted to the avoidance tactic. That was kind of my best option, and it upset a lot of people. There was a little fight. There was a little argument going on last night on there because I wouldn't answer the questions, and I didn't notice until afterwards. And her name was Karen, and they were calling her a Karen. And listen, if you're here, I apologize. I think that probably, went a little too far. I get it. I get you guys are looking for answers, and so I want to give you answers, but sometimes it's just going to have to be on my own time, and when and how I want to tell you. So, yeah, that brings me to my next point. I wrote all these notes. I couldn't sleep last night. It was the dogs barking. It was me going to bed late. It was me being on high alert with the goats making noise in here. I turn the heater up. I come out and check on them. I fed Hope. And then I'm going down the rabbit hole on Google. And I'm goat problems, goat vet, goat death. I've been to these pages a million times. I've already, we've been doing goats for 3 years. I've probably had well over 300-400 goats on my farm. I've dealt with deaths before, and I've diagnosed and I've done it. I've been there. But every time another goat dies or another animal dies, you can't help but beat yourself up for it and try to figure out what could you have done differently. Yes, I know there's going to be a lot of you out there who go to the vet, go to the vet, go to the vet. Listen, type of farm we are is we care for our animals, and the vet will come here if there's like an emergency, a visible, true, straight up emergency. Goat stuck in the vaginal canal, can't come out, gotta pull her out. Goat, screaming for help and I can't figure out what it is. But a goat that I'm treating that is making progress is not vet worthy to bring here, and thank God I have a vet that's going to come out with me. So I totally lost track where I was at, but that's where I got notes for. So the animals, I don't even know if I should use the notes because that's probably just going to distract me from doing what I want to do. If I need them, I need them, but every time I look down at notes, I kind of did get disconnected from you guys, and I'm trying to get connected to you guys, and I'm trying to, and these goats, listen, my daily videos here, they're not gonna all be about me reading deep stuff or whatever, but I just want to be open and honest with everyone. I want to share my life. You know, I'm new to being an online creator. This paper is not going to hurt him if he eats a little bit. And, you know, kind of got thrown into it with Hope. When Hope was born, and that video went viral, I figured if I don't jump on the bandwagon, then maybe I'll miss my boat on another revenue for the farm. So I'm here, online creator, need to decide whether or not I'm going to be like as real as possible with you guys as possible, or am I going to just show you the good stuff, the happy stuff, the goats' tails wagging and jumping around and running around the farm. I'm going to show you all the rainbows and tell you all these fairy tales. I mean, that's my choice. I mean, I could do that. I could give you guys all the beautiful content in the world. Then stuff like this happens, and I think I'm recording beautiful content, and then the goat dies. What do I do? And that was my, you know, that was weighing on me. How do I tell you guys? What do I do? Do I tell you guys? And I decided I gotta be real. I have to be as real as possible because I don't know how else I'm gonna gain your trust as a new online creator by hiding things and not telling the truth. So, you know, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get real. I'm gonna show you the bad, the ugly, the nitty gritty, the down and dirty. I'm gonna show you what happens on the farm. I don't know what the policies are on YouTube, but you know, if I don't have to censor it, not YouTube, Facebook, either or. If I don't have to censor it, I'm not going to. So, granted, I'll try to put that in the headlines if there's going to be anything, because I know sometimes kids are watching because they just want to see the goats jump around. And you know what? Maybe my shorts, my reels, might be better for the little kids. I'll try doing more of the reels because that'll be enlightening and happy.
Dad, the goat's in the paper.
I know that. I know that. So, you know, that the death of the goat yesterday carried a lot of emotion. Cinnamon, I'm not going to say the goat. And kind of, you know, I was avoiding you guys. You're eating my notes. Couldn't sleep. I was nervous. I was jittery. I was nervous for the goats. You know, and I just have to get real. Let's see where I'm at here. Here's my notes. All right. Well, this brings me to the next section. We'll call this section 2. And I'm going to tell you a little story. But before I tell you a little story, I want to give you a little happy vibes here. So, where's Hope? Am I still connected, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many people we got watching us?
295.
295. Say hi, 295. Don't let the goats out. I don't want to be chasing them down. We need to grab Hope. Why don't we grab Hope and show the people? So I'm going to tell you a story. And I'm going to have lots of goats in my hands because I don't want to cry when I tell you this story. And it's not about Cinnamon. We all know if you're tuning in, if you haven't. Are they all in? Yeah. You'll have to replay backwards, but maybe people in the comments can fill other people that just get there. That Cinnamon did not make it, and they're going to have to watch back this video if they want an explanation. No papers. All right, so I'm getting rid of this notes. I guess I'm not going to use them. Yeah, thanks. So yeah, I'm going to tell you a story that relates to the grief I was feeling last night, the guilt of ignoring you guys, and you know, just kind of turning into
305? No, 303 people.
It's better if you don't talk while I'm talking. Okay? Yeah? Thank you. All right, this goat's going to get out, by the way. Okay, so you can't interrupt me again because it'll take my train of thought off. Sorry, guys. Got a 9-year-old. My story is about guilt and a lot of emotions that I felt and the grief that I felt yesterday. And I just thought that I would like to share this part of my life with you that kind of affected me in quite a big way. So I have a couple people that know me and know my story, and you may be on here and you may have heard the story before, but you may not have heard it in full detail, and some of you may be closely related to this story. So I'm not going to say names just because I think it's better that way, except for the name of the person. But you know, David is an amazing guy. Oh, I'm not going to put hope down. Heck no. When I was a kid, my mom took me and my sister across country to Washington State, and she was running from an abusive boyfriend. Her boyfriend, and I got a whole book I could write. So anyways, we traveled across country and ended up in Washington State, and I was maybe 3 years old, but young on in age, I met I met an incredible family that took me in as like a really good friend to their son, David. And we were just pretty good buddies, like hung out a lot. He was a big influence on me. Big influence in such a way that he loved Christ. He loved God. And he did not care who he told. He wore t-shirts that said, "Christ is life, all else is basketball." He loved basketball, and he loved God. And he just let the world know. And so I grew up around him, got saved in church with him and his family. It was just a good time. I went through a very abusive childhood with my situation, which one day we'll get into. So it was very nice to have this family take me in. I had a urination problem in the bed until I was like 12 years old, and I specifically remember the mom, you know, not caring that I peed the bed, and changing the sheets for me and putting me back to bed. Good family. Okay. So David was a good man. Taught me how to love the Lord. So we were friends for a long time. Played baseball together, basketball together, and it was probably the summer. The years go by so fast, you know. Summer of my 8th grade year. I was just getting ready to go into the summer of my 8th grade year. He was getting ready to get his driver's license. It's 9th grade year. He was a little older than me, a year older. So like I said, David was my friend. Christ is life. All this is basketball. I'd stand up for him. You know, that was my guy. But I started running with the wrong crowd a little bit. You know, I met a few troublemakers and started doing some bad things that he didn't approve of, and he noticed, and he warned me. He's like, "Hey, you're going down the wrong path, man." And he was just trying to be a good guy. He warned me. He said, "Hey, watch out." And this is this is the day. This is the day this all happened. We were at lunchtime in the gym playing basketball, dribbling around, and I remember which court we're on. I even remember the old building that they tore down in Kittitas. That I remember right. Well, maybe it's still up. I don't know. I don't live there anymore. But I remember where we were playing. And I remember him looking at me and him saying something. I don't remember the exact words, but it was something like, "Justin, why? Why are you doing this to yourself?" You know, and I don't know what came over me, but me just being a young, dumb kid, I pushed him to the ground. And he landed back on his back, and he looked up at me, and just said, "Why?" I'm all tough. I'm just being a tough guy. That was me, you know, running with the wrong crowd, and he looked up at me and said, "Why?" "Oh my goodness, Hope, you're getting all jumpy." And I just, that was it. You know, I just walked away and said, you know, I'm going to do me, you do you. I was just being that kind of guy. So the day went on, and towards the end of the day, it was at the end of the day, the bell rang. We were headed out, and he usually took the bus to get on the bus to go to school. I stopped by the restroom to go to the bathroom. Before I left, I walked home, and I remember looking in, and you know how you see people's feet in the stalls? And I looked down, and I saw his basketball sneakers in the stall, sitting on the toilet, and I wanted to say something to him so badly. Okay. I wanted to say sorry. Okay, so get home. This is not my plan. I wanted to say sorry to him, and I didn't. And I went home, and I was grounded as usual because I was a troublemaker. I spent most of my time in my bedroom. That's where I learned my magic tricks. I learned how to spin a ball on my finger. I learned how to juggle. So many things you could learn when you're grounded to your room for 30 days at a time. So, in my room that night, and the phone rings, and I was told to come out and answer the phone because it was for me, and it was David's sister. And I got on the phone, and you know, standing next to my parents, and we lived in basically a trailer where I could touch each wall with each hand in my bedroom. But I answered the phone, and you know, she was crying, and she said, "David's dead. David's dead. David's dead." Found him hanging in the shop by a rope. And I didn't believe it. So of course I started crying, like I am now. And I was told to go back to my room. Stupid. No condolence, no support. Just went back to my room. A friend just died. And I didn't know why, I didn't know what happened, but obviously the guilt I carried, and I just felt so guilty, like it was my fault. Like he felt like I betrayed him, and he didn't want to be here anymore. So, the story goes on. Don't leave. There's a little bit more to this, not a whole lot. It's almost over, guys, I promise. I know you want to see cute goats and animals. I need to recomposure myself anyways. Let's try a different goat. This one loves me, though. This is Oreo. Oreo obviously is caring for me. This is great therapy. How about Mel? Mel gonna? No, Oreo definitely wants me. Whew. Okay, I hope that part's over, guys. Yeah, so I went to bed that night and just had a lot of guilt that it was completely my fault and that I had everything to do with his death. That's what I believed in my heart and I carried with me, and the days to come after that were just a blur. Every day after that was a blur. You know, I don't remember much. I remember I was a pallbearer carrying his coffin, and I remember when they opened the coffin and I was sitting in the front row, and all I could see from where I was sitting when they opened it was his shoes, and he had on his basketball sneakers. I don't think I've ever let it go this hard as an adult, because I actually carried, the reason for this story is I carried that guilt for so long. I carried the guilt until about like 5 years ago. For like 20 years, I thought it was my fault. And I was actually at a job site. I was, like I told you, I was a contractor.
Bye, Daddy.
Love you, honey. Have a good day.
You too.
And I was at a job site, and it was just weighing on me that day. It had been weighing on me for 20 years. And I needed to call his parents and say I was sorry. And this is when I wish I would have known or paid attention this information a lot sooner. But I think even the police reports and stuff said it was, you know, a suicide, and they could never get it switched to a homicide. Apparently what had happened in that shop was the sister came home and couldn't find David, and apparently went across the street to the shop. Dad's a worker of some sort that requires a shop, trying to get information, and she found him hanging there and came back and got Dad. Dad came over and cut him down, and so apparently I didn't know this, or again, never stuck to my head. I blame myself, or maybe knew and just, but I was told on this phone call that, Justin, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And I was like, yes, it is. And they explained the situation. They said that his hands were zip tied and that he was stripped naked and hanging. And the conditions of where he was and how he was found by Dad would be impossible to be a suicide. The guilt was gone. He was a target by a local gang for his religion, and God only knows, and David only knows what happened that day to bring him to the Lord. So I decided it was not a good choice for me to hide the fact that I have a goat die here, because then I'd feel guilty. Obviously not on the same extremes as that, but I'd feel guilty if I'm a new creator here and I'm trying to show you my farm and my life and have you get to know me. I just figured I'd be as real as possible. And probably, honestly, other than my wife, I don't think I've cried in front of anybody. Now I'm crying in front of the world. So, anyways, that's the story. Sadly, yes, Cinnamon passed away. I'm going to be looking at going for a necropsy. I put her in a freezer yesterday after it happened. I hope that I can, you know, get her somewhere so we can figure out what happened exactly and what it was. And, you know, I don't want to talk about that kind of stuff right now because I don't know. It's just a guessing game and you can just drive yourself crazy trying to figure that out. So, thank you for listening to my story. I don't know. I really hope that the quality was good. I hope that the audio was good. I'm sorry I didn't show you as many cute goats this morning, but I know you all wanted that update on Cinnamon, and I know that you guys support me. I see it. I see it across the board. I just see it everywhere. So thank you so much. Honestly, I don't think I can continue this live stream. I'll do a little bit of goats in here, but usually I kind of head outside and show you some of that stuff. But I think what I'm going to have to do is just show you these jumpy guys right now. Oh. I'm going to show you these jumpy guys right now and then sign off. I need to get my composure. I didn't drink any of my coffee. This is 7-Eleven Animal Heaven. I don't think I'm ever going to get that emotional again on camera, so enjoy it now. You probably won't see any more tears from me. My wife says I'm a sucker, you know, because we'll be watching a movie and I'll be the one crying and not her. I hope. So yes, this is Hope. Fill you in, guys. I know most of you know and follow my story, but hey, there might be newbies. Hope here is the one that we pulled out. I pulled out. She was breech, one leg sticking out, dead to rights, and I brought her to life. And that's kind of how I ended up here, was because of this little girl. So keep your hope, because I'm probably going to keep mine. Yeah, keep your hope. You get through it. One day at a time, guys. I know y'all probably have your own issues. That's my beard. You guys see these goats. I feel like I was saying something that was probably important, but you know, 377, yay! All right, I'm gonna take this phone off of here, and hopefully I don't disconnect us. Whew. Yeah, guys, we are in my house. This is my house. First time I'm looking at the comments. Actually, I'm not going to get enthralled in them. What is he doing? This is Mel. I think he's getting ready to lay down. He's prepping his bed. Or he's shaving down his hooves. I don't actually know. But that's a radiator. See, it's great we're in my house. Look at my house. Okay, I'm going to show you the bad with the good. My house, we tore all this out. Lead paint. We tested everything before we moved in. We removed everything that had lead on it. So that's why there are no window trims, except in my beautiful kids' bedrooms upstairs. And all the lead's gone. That was all woodwork that was lead, and we're going to cover it up and make it beautiful someday. But hey, it's perfect right now. It serves as a perfect little goat sanctuary. These guys can just hang out in here. Oh, you can't freeze them? Shoot. I shouldn't have looked at my phone. I had no idea. I'd never have done a necropsy. Okay. Stop reading my comments. Talking about the house, yes, my thing, my kidding pen is in the house. Or not kidding pen, my baby stall. So I'm going to sign off, guys. We're going to say goodbye to the baby goats for now, but maybe I'll pop on later and just give you guys like a lunchtime live stream so you can see what's going on the farm outside. So say goodbye to Cameron. I don't know if you're watching, but I need a name for this goat right here. This one right here. We gave you the first chance to name that goat. This one here is Cammy. Not Cameron, not after the other person, but Cammy. Don't know. Mel. Sassy, right here. Blue-eyed and polled. Let's check. Brown-eyed and polled. Blue-eyed, polled. Yep. Oreo, right here. Polled. And blue-eyed. Brown-eyed, blue-eyed. Yep. We got, obviously, Helen here. And then, wait, this one's Sassy. And that one's the no-name. And then, of course, Little Hope. little hope. Wow, I look like crap. Domino. Well, I gave someone else the opportunity to name that goat because she volunteers on our farm a lot. So I wanted to give her the first shot at that. Polled. Oh, polled means they're born with no horns. It's a genetic trait that only comes from one parent or the other. It can't just happen. So, yeah, that's a good news because if you don't have horns, you can't use those horns to hurt yourself. Hope's siblings are with Mama. You'll have to follow me and look back at the videos, but Mama rejected Hope and was headbutting her. So that was that. We had to bring her inside. Matilda, you're going to have to watch this on replay. Okay. I need a name for Push Button. I don't know who Push Button is. Oh, look at that. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. See, right there. That noise makes me scared. Grinding teeth. I don't know. Are you just grinding teeth because whatever? You know? So, I'm on high alert, like now. Checking everything. Like, I gotta know what's going on. I have a gizmo goat already, so I can't do that. Unfortunately. No gizmo goat. They're inside because it's warm in here, and they're younger, and they were bottle fed, and they're all under 8 weeks, and I feel like I can control them better inside the house than outside the house. We do not have a barn. I just have various shelters with a couple heaters here and there. So outside, I fear for their lives, so they stay inside the house, living on top of a radiator, which is covered in a piece of rubber, which I can clean off with shavings and hay and bottles, and in my living room. And honestly, the last time we used the TV over here was a year ago. I mean, we don't have company over hardly, and if we do, it's outside company, so we don't really sit on the couch. So we have decorations ready to go outside for the some Christmas events that we're going to try to do. And yeah, it's a barnstead. Yeah, so it's my home. It is what it is. My bedroom is my sanctuary. That's where we like to hang out. That's what I like to keep the cleanest, obviously. The kids, they love their bedrooms because they're finished. And they have their sanctuary and a TV in there. So we kind of all, we spend our time together. But yeah, they're in my house. Yeah, one day we'll get a barn. That's why we started this whole thing with the goats. And yesterday's questions and comments asked how we got started in this, and it was my wife's crazy idea that we needed to do goat snuggling. And I said, honey, you're crazy. Nobody is going to want to snuggle some goats. We just had baby goats around, and I was like, that's not going to work. We just wanted to make some extra money because we were spending a lot on feed bills, and we were like, we want to build a barn. Well, so we ended up hitting up the Kutztown Folk Festival, and that's a local festival around us, and they gave us some money to be there, and basically since then it's been on the up and up. We're kind of going up, but every time we go up and we save that money for the barn, next thing you know, you need a livestock trailer, because now you're going to do birthday parties and you're transporting animals in the back of your car. That's not going to work when you're bringing a cow. And then when you don't have, whoa, what did you do? The goat just hit the phone. Trying to apply a filter on me here, I see. Okay, I'm gonna switch it around. Whew, good jump. So I don't even know where it's at. Yeah, the barn, yada yada. Make some money. Festival paid us. Oh, livestock. Yeah, so you start making the money, and then you have to spend all your money to keep going. So that nest egg is gone until it comes back again. But we know we're putting our money into the right thing. We wanted to, obviously livestock trailer, and then you can't transport them in your car, so we ended up having to get a Suburban so we could tow the trailer. And then I had to get a bigger trailer to haul hay, and then we turned that into a wagon for hay rides, but I needed a tractor to pull the wagon. And then we got into the parade, and we advertised in the parade, and we got first place. It was really kind of cool. Everything kind of just worked itself out. But yeah, every step you take and progress you make, I feel like we step back 10 times further. But I have hope, pun intended, not until I realized it. I have hope that we're gonna get there. We're gonna get our barn, and all the animals will have one big safe place with multiple stalls for the different animals, and we can even make one stall like a chicken coop. And then we can get my daughter's dream, and what she wants is a horse. And I refuse to get a horse without the proper place, because I can't fit a horse in my living room. It's just not gonna fit in here. Never ends. No, it never ends. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your support. No sound? Great. Did I put my pinky over it the whole time? Who knows? Anybody there? Give me a couple thumbs up or something if you're there. Maybe I lost connection. Yeah, no sound? Okay. Alright. The sound is... so do I. I don't know what's going on with the sound. Oh. Hi. Hey, Lori. I know you. Oh. The goat knocked it out of my hand, I promise. Yeah, Oreo. We're not going to keep Oreo, guys. Can't have too many Billies on our farm. So... I know what you're talking about, because they start humping at a really young age. They can't do anything, but they do. They make the gesture and the movement. They want to do it. All right, we're good. All right, signing off, everybody. I gotta go. I gotta get some coffee in me. Oreo, somebody's gonna adopt you off of this video for sure, but he can't go until he's too big to sit in our laps, and he has to go to a good home, and you have to take 2. Okay, all right, signing off, everybody. See you later. Peace out. I'm really going this time. I'll read my comments later. Okay.